Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Well, do you need a mortgage? If you're looking for a house or a place to live or a place to buy, give Jerry and her team a call today. 865-238-7500. You can visit her and her team online at volunteerhomemortgage.com. They are available 7 days a week. So make sure to give them a call. And Jerry is like the nicest person I've ever met. She's amazing. So good morning to you, Jerry, if you're watching this morning. And say hi to your son for me, will you? All right, I want to start you off with a beautiful shot this morning of the setting moon off in the distance. The buck moon is what they call it. See if I can get this up here. Let's get, there we go, maybe. Nope, not that button. Nope, not that button either. Let's try that one. I'll get it. Well, either way. There we go. That's not even the right one. Well, yeah, that is the right one. All right, let's get it together. We're here this morning. Witcher, it's Friday. I'm ready for the weekend. Hopefully you're ready for the weekend as well. There is our setting buck moon, the full moon. Are you feeling a little crazy here this morning? If so, there's a reason why. There is a reason why, because the full moon. But the setting moon, I've got a cool time lapse too to share with you this morning. I grabbed this one first thing this morning. Ready for this? Watch this. That's the Fort Loudon Dam camera, and look at the moon setting of a Fort Loudon Dam. A few clouds hanging out with us, a little bit of fog showing up around the area. So we do have some fog in and around East Tennessee here this morning. So that's this morning, and a nice, cool start to the day. Not a cool, comfortable start to the day, just a cool start to the day because it's got a cool moon out there. Never mind, I take that back. As well. All right, let's talk about rainfall here over the last 24 hours because we've picked up some decent rain in some locations, but other locations, not so much. By the way, good morning, Christy, Linda, Julie, you got Lisa, Eva, Rachel. How are you this morning? Your grandson's due anytime. That is awesome. Well, congratulations to you and your daughter, son, or in-laws, whatever you want to call them. Happy Friday, Car came. So some decent amount of rain yesterday. Now, notice how we've seen some spotty rain. Now, the lighter shades of blue is just a trace of rain. So maybe a couple of sprinkles, a couple of light showers, and that's really what that means. But I think we're going to see a little bit less coverage of rainfall throughout the day today. Yesterday, we did top out at 90 degrees yesterday. I was forecasting 88. No models had us in the 90s. All of us had us, most of them at 87, 85 and 87, and I went 88, and I was still wrong. Well, I mean, wrong per se, right? I always like to keep you in check. And listen, I'll admit when the forecast is wrong, let's talk about it. Why was the forecast wrong? Hard to get the forecast wrong when it's a typical summertime pattern with sunshine, afternoon clouds, and a chance for some afternoon storms with temperatures in the 90s. Speaking of which, we're talking about 90s. I'll talk more about that in a little bit, but we are trending a little bit above average for the year so far when it comes to 90-degree temperatures or more. All right, more on that here in just a moment. Radar recap over the last 3 hours. Nothing showing up. High pressure is the name of the game. I want to show you water vapor this morning due to the fact that notice the brown that's creeping into East Tennessee. That's dry air. So if you happen to be taking a flight today, you'll get up over the humidity layer, and the skies will be nice and blue because of the drier air. Now, that drier air also could lead to, if we get a thunderstorm to develop throughout the day today, could lead to maybe some hail. So can't rule that out due to the fact that our freezing level is going to be about 10,500 feet. So that puts the moisture into that freezing layer. Get a lot of buoyancy in the atmosphere as well. But we don't really have any major upper level disturbance to kick off a whole lot of thunderstorm activity. Now, tomorrow, will be a little bit of a different story because we do have a piece of energy heading our way. All right, let me show you mid-level energy and spin. So again, ridge of high pressure down across the southeastern coastline. We're kind of on the northern side of that with a trough digging into the Great Plains. And so we're going to be in between. So again, no major disturbances. You can see how just we're not looking at a lot of rainfall because I've superimposed the future cast on top of the mid-level spin and energy. But notice the top left-hand side of the screen. See a little trough digging in across parts of Iowa, Missouri. That's going to be swinging its way across the Great Lakes. Here's the deal with those. While we do have some troughs or some little waves moving on through, they're going to stay to our north, but they're going to get close enough to our area that I do think that it's going to help to lift the air just a little bit to spark off a few showers and thunderstorms. All right, here we go. Visibility. A little bit of patchy dense fog, rivers and lakes for the most part. But if you're joining us from Hawkins, Hancock, Osage parts of Greene County, you'll probably see a little bit of fog this morning. So a little bit down across the Sequatchie Valley. And so nothing really to slow you way down here, which is good. But if you saw rain in your area, do anticipate fog this morning. That's kind of how it works. Man, that moon. I'm just watching the moon on that camera. You can see it right above me. Isn't that just so cool? Good old Buck moon. We need Buck on here this morning, don't we? We need Buck. Where's Buck? Come on, Buck. Get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and join us. All right, temperatures in the 60s and 70s as we progress through the day today. Lunchtime temperatures, low 80s, so not bad. Afternoon high is going to top out in the upper 80s to low 90s. Again, not bad. Our average high, and I talked about this yesterday, is 89 degrees for this time of the year. This sticks with us. The average of 89 sticks with us until the 22nd of the month. So, what, another 11 days? And then from the 22nd of July through the 23rd of August, our average high is still 88 degrees. And then after that point, averages start to come down a little bit more quickly. But we've got a lot of humidity. The humidity is going to build. The air that you can wear, the air that suffocates you sometimes when you step outside, you can feel that this morning. We experienced that on Monday, and then it felt a little bit more comfortable Tuesday, Wednesday. Even yesterday wasn't too bad, but you could start to feel the humidity pick up. Yeah, that's the story this morning. So if you've not been outside yet, the humidity is already with us, and that's going to lead to a heat index value in the mid to upper 90s. Close to 100 degrees down across the Sequatchie Valley in the southern Cumberland Plateau, Chattanooga, Soddy Daisy, Dayton, Dunlap, Pikeville, Spring City. Cumberland Plateau will have heat index values. Northern Plateau anyways, heat index values pushing the low 90s. So cool stuff there. All right, so nothing going on. The fog burns off. If you have fog in your area, the fog lifts. It starts to mix out with the atmosphere. You'll see some sunshine, and then we'll see building afternoon clouds, kind of like what we saw yesterday. Not a ton of rain in the forecast. I'm literally going about a 20% chance for some showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Less coverage of rainfall today than what we saw yesterday, but that could be a little bit more elevated tomorrow. And when you look at where we are expecting rainfall, let me go back to that for a second. When you look at where we're expecting rainfall, notice as I switch maps to the storm energy, that's where we have the greatest energy in the atmosphere, the buoyancy, if you will. But do we have something to kick it off and not necessarily any major disturbances to kick off a whole lot of activity today? 89 degrees by 6, down to 79 degrees by 10 o'clock here tonight. I believe we have another Smokies game here tonight. I think we're on a series with the Montgomery Biscuits, so if you're looking for something to do. I talked to my family yesterday. I was like, man, I really wanted to go to the Smokies game here tonight, but we didn't get a chance to do that. We've been cleaning our house, getting ready for her mom and dad to come to town on Tuesday, and my wife works all weekend long. So we got to do that before she goes to work because, well, I don't want to be stuck doing it by myself. 90s for your Saturday and Sunday. A few more afternoon storms on Saturday, okay? It's going to be hot and muggy. So if you're heading off to the lakes, the pools, outdoor activities, keep an eye to the sky, and the southwestern skies where these are going to come from. Sunday, we're looking at a high of 92. Heat index values will be pushing close to 100 degrees all weekend long. Great pool, great lake weekend. Good weekend to stay inside the AC or get outdoor activities done around your house early in the morning. But probably less coverage of rainfall on Sunday. Not much. I just think that Saturday we're going to see a little bit better coverage. Heat indices push close to 100 degrees starting this weekend all the way through next week. So dew points will stay in the low to mid 70s. No relief from the humidity, which we'll start to see some showers and thunderstorms. So I've got a 20% chance of rain today, 50% tomorrow. And I think the majority of that will be probably the Cumberland Plateau and the Southern Valley south of Interstate 40. But if those kick off some outflow boundaries, it may spark off a few more afternoon showers and storms in the Central Valley. So something to keep in mind on Saturday. Drop that down to about a 40% Sunday. If you recall over the week, I've been saying, I think Monday is probably going to be the best day to see a little bit better coverage of rainfall. I don't necessarily know that that's going to be the truth anymore. So the forecast has changed. So I've dropped that down to a 30%. And next week, just basically 20 to 30% chance of rain. Actually, when you look at your rainfall forecast for the weekend, it's not going to add up to a whole lot. And the U.S. Drought Monitor came out yesterday, saw a little expansion of the abnormally dry conditions, but didn't see a whole lot. So I'll show you that. All right, here's your 7-day forecast. We'll be in another stretch of 90. So now's the time to talk about that. So we've got another 7 days of temperatures potentially hitting 90 degrees or hotter. So far to date, not including today, of course, we've had 18 days of 90-degree temperatures or hotter. On average by now, we would have 12 days. Our average 90-degree days per year is 34. And the most days we've ever had 90 degrees temperatures or hotter, anybody want to take a guess? 78 days. Now that, my friends, was a very hot summer. But those 18 degrees so far, we're going to add probably another 7 to that. So that's going to put us at what, 26 days? Is that right? Did I do my math right? 25 days. 7 plus 8 is 15. So that'd be 25 days. See if I can do my math on the fly. So 25 days. By the end of the 7-day stretch, again, our average is 34. And, it's still July. And we know that August can be extremely hot. All right, let me show you rainfall forecast. Rainfall the past 7 days. Again, not everybody has seen rain, so we are trending on the drier side. When you look at rainfall, McGee-Tyson Airport picked up nearly half an inch of rain yesterday. Had one little storm sitting on top of McGee-Tyson yesterday, dropping about a half an inch. So that's good. That adds to our official totals because, of course, remember, we take the measurements at the airport. For the month, we're just over 1.5 inches, and for the year, we're just nearly 29 inches for the year. But because we've been dry over the last 7 days, this goes through 7 days, we've seen a little bit more of an expansion when it comes to the drought, or at least abnormally dry conditions, which is highlighted right there in our past 30 days. When you look at percentage of rainfall, of normal rainfall, we are trending below average. So, yeah, I don't think you need me to tell you that we desperately need a little bit more rain in the forecast. And July is typically our wettest month of the year, picking up about 5.25 inches of rainfall for the entire month. And we're only sitting at just under 3 inches. So we still need more rain, but we still have time. It's only the 11th. And remember that, because somebody on social media said, I'm kind of surprised about that. And I said, well, we here in East Tennessee get actually more rain than Seattle, Washington. Did you know that? We do. But ours comes in the form of convective thunderstorms or convective rain. So thunderstorms. Theirs comes into play with just light, steadier, overcast, drizzly, damp days. Something that I could not do. So we may be trending a little bit above average here all the way through the 21st, but going from the 19th to the 25th or so, average to a little pocket of cooler air. Let's get that pocket of cooler air to settle on in, help to bring us maybe some drier air and cool us down a little bit. We'll see. But when you look at rainfall chances over the next 8 to 14 days, we're probably going to be trending average to maybe slightly above average, which I think at this point of the game we could desperately use. Let me take you back outside actually and show you that setting buck moon from Fox Road Marina. Isn't that just a cool shot? Little crystal clear. Again, we've got that dry air in place, so if you are heading up to the higher elevations, we'll have better visibility up there than in the lower elevations as you get out of the humidity layer. Boop. Got to get her full name on there. Anyways, Katrina says, Mike, it's just hot. And it is just summer, Katrina. Is Buck on here? There he is. Everyone say hi to Buck, shall we? Hey, Buck. This moon is for you. It's the Buck moon. Oh, it's good to see you on here, my friend. It's always good to see you on here. How about these storms here, by the way, across the country over the month so far? Chicago, we have Texas. We had North Carolina with the tropical system that brought some flooding. And there was one other location I'm blanking on. But anyways, we've had some incredible flooding taking place across the country. Whether or not you believe, we're not talking politics here, so please keep that to yourself. This is not a political platform, but if you believe in climate change, and if you believe in the atmosphere that's warming, which science is saying that it is, the warmer the air is, the more moisture it can hold. The more moisture it can hold, the more torrential downpours and likely the more flooding and flash flooding that will occur as time goes on. And I think we're starting to see the effects of that. There's a nonprofit called the Climate Central. Look them up online, Climate Central. They've got a wealth of climate information on there. And I do get emails from them all the time, and I post this to social media every once in a while as well. But definitely an interesting how, I was telling my wife last night too. I said, what's really fascinating, and by doing weather every day, you're more in tune with the weather across East Tennessee, our local communities, and of course the country and the world sometimes. Because, I'm part of all these social media groups that get more information, not just here locally, but I said it's really mind-blowing to me sometimes when you really think about it, that weather is such an impactful part of our lives. I mean, it affects us every day. She's like, well, yeah, of course, you do this all the time, and we know that. I said, yeah, but doing it every day and really highlighting the fact that really we can have bad weather at any point of time during the year. I don't know. It was just one of those things where I just started thinking about it. I started not getting in my own head, but started thinking about it going, yeah, I mean, it's really fascinating. And I'm so glad that I chose this career path, even though I tried to get out of it 7 times when I first started, because I didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't know how the atmosphere worked. Finally, I went back to school, got my meteorology degree, and here we are today, 25 years later. Isn't that crazy? I've actually been a meteorologist for 22 years. I've been doing TV for 25 years now. Just crazy. Where's time going? Now I'm starting to say my age, aren't I? Did you see the Chicago storm I sent you? Yeah. I mean, incredible. Just crazy. Let's go buck wild. Let's keep it buck wild. Right? Let's not put another name on the end of that one. All right, let's get to work with the national holidays. Again, I want to take you outside and show you another beautiful view. If you have plans to be in, let's pick downtown Gatlinburg, shall we? If you have plans to be in the national park this weekend, if you want to beat the heat, head up to the higher elevations. It's going to be great to get up to the high country. The high country is what I call it. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about those national holidays for the day today. Of course, we're celebrating birthdays and events. Any birthdays going on today or the upcoming weekend, give me a shout out. I'll give you a shout out right here on East Tennessee Weather. Any events going on this weekend? Throw those in the chat. Let's highlight the events, not only for me and my family to figure out what we may be doing this weekend, but for others that are joining us this morning as well. All right, here we go. So it's National French Fry Day. I mean, come on. Right now, in the chat, fire away. What are your favorite French fries? Name the store, name the restaurant. Go. I will have to say that my favorite French fries are probably McDonald's. Those are hands down probably my favorite French fries. If you're talking fast food, if you're talking restaurants, I like a Bridge Brewing Company here in town, where you can find East Tennessee Weather up there in their establishment as well. They actually have an amazing French fry as well. So fire away in the chat. What are your favorite French fries? And I have to give a big shout out to Firehouse Subs this morning. Went out there to get a sandwich yesterday, and I walked in and I saw a sign on the front door that says, "We now have French fries." And so I was sitting there reading it, and some poor lady was trying to come out, and I was just standing there. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I was trying to read that sign. I said, "They have French fries?" She goes, "I know. I said the same thing." So, I had to get French fries from Firehouse Subs. And they're in between steak fries and what are the words? They're in between steak fries and, oh my goodness gracious, waffle fries. Jeez. It was like on the tip of my tongue and I just couldn't get it out. Anyways, check them out. There's only one store. The one off of North Peters in West Knoxville is the only firehouse here in town that has French fries. Buck says McDonald's. There we go. Happy Friday to you, Denise. Sure hope you're having a great day today so far. All right. I'm with you on that one, Cheryl. Yes. Arby fries. And here's what I do with the Arby fries. You ready? I forgot about the Arby curly fries. I mix horsey sauce and Arby's sauce together, and then that becomes my fry sauce. But I also put the same combination on my roast beef sandwich. Man, you're making me want some Arby's this morning. I love Arby's. Good old Jamocha shake. So good. The Mint Casino has amazing fries. Thanks, Sharon. 25 years forecast. Woo. And who knew when I first got into weather and I first was trying to get out of weather 7 times, who knew 25 years later I'd be running my own 24-hour weather company. Which, by the way, let me just say, new QR code in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. If you scan that QR code, no matter what, if you have an Android or an iPhone, it'll take you to the correct app store. Cool stuff right there. New QR code that you'll see on East Tennessee Weather, taking you to the right platform, taking out about 2 extra steps in the process to download the East Tennessee Weather app. And if you have it, make sure you pass it along to everybody else. Hey, by the way, it's National 7-Eleven Day. Who doesn't love a Slurpee? And it is 7-Eleven, July 11th. Oh, 7-Eleven. Man, we don't have 7-Elevens here. I miss my 7-Elevens from Colorado. Does anybody know where the nearest 7-Eleven is? Cameron says Chick-fil-A. I do like Chick-fil-A French fries. I used to not like waffle fries. There we go. I got the word out this time. I used to not like waffle fries, but dipping them in Chick-fil-A sauce is hands down my favorite. Sorry, my favorite fry place is busy enough without putting it up on blast here. Best in town. Come on, Carcane, throw it out there. No, you got to throw it out there. We're giving all these restaurants and businesses a shout out. That is what it's all about. We're helping other businesses and other business owners push their platforms a little bit more. So you got to throw it out there. Now you've got me curious. Come on, Carcane, throw it on here. Let's see. Mossy Creek Cruisers annual Summer Cat Show, Saturday the 12th. At the American Book Company, Jefferson City, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you're looking for something to do. Gotta love a greasy bag of Five Guys fries. They do have good fries, too. All right, let's just say there's a lot of good fries. Do you like shoestring fries? Shoestring fries are probably some of my favorites. I don't really like it too meaty, i.e. the steak fries. But what I liked about the Firehouse sub fries is that they were super crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside, which made them a little bit better. But I have to tell you, out of McDonald's French fries, I like the soggy ones. I miss 7-Eleven too. Just so you know, Speedway is 7-Eleven? I did not know this. Is this true? Are these true facts right here? My goodness, this could be it. You just may have changed my life. Do they have Slurpees? 7-Eleven are great craps numbers and roulette. There we go. Peaceful Side. Yes. Okay. Peaceful Side does have good French fries. You're right. And why would you not give him a shout out? I'm friends with Chris Meadows, who's the head brewer for Peaceful Side Social, Peaceful Side Brewery. Well, their beers go there because they bought Blackberry Breweries, but he's a head brewer for Blackberry Brewery. Chris Meadows, big shout out to you, my friend. I miss you. I haven't seen him in a long time. He used to be the head brewer over at, yep, come on, Gerbil, at Yeehaw Brewing Company in downtown. Weigel's locally owned and great milk. Yeah, milk. You had me at locally owned, but not milk. I'm not a milk person myself. All right, we move right along. Collector Car Appreciation Day. I feel like Chris, this would be right up your alley. I feel like that's right up your alley. It's National Mojito Day. I'll give a shout out to that. I do like me a good mojito. We've got some fresh mint in the garden. Maybe that will cool you off here this maybe that will cool you off here on this holiday weekend, on this hot weekend that we're expecting. It's the National All-American Pet Photo Day. You know I'm going to be posting that on social saying, I want to see your American pet photo. It's National Blueberry Muffin Day. I love blueberry muffins. I love blueberry muffins, and blueberry muffins even more so if you have like the crumble on top. Oh, so good. It's National Rainier Chili Day. National Rainier Cherry Day. National Rainier Cherry Day. That's a mouthful. You say that 10 times fast. Do you like cherries? I like cherries. Not my go-to fruit. I'm more of a strawberry, cantaloupe, honeydew melon, watermelon kind of a person. But I do, and raspberries. I like raspberries. And it's National Cheer Up the Lonely Day. Oh, let's give you a big shout out. Hey, by the way, if you're lonely, just join us. We'll try to cheer you up every day. All right, my friends, those are your national holidays for the day today. Don't go away. We've got some great photos that people have sent in through Witcher's Pictures. But right now, I want to take you to KMNV, Monroe County Airport. A few clouds, but not nearly as much fog as what we had yesterday. So time to share some photos with you here this morning. Let's get those up on the screen. How about this shot right here? This is an amazing view. Woo! How about them apples? That photo right there was sent in by Joey Exum. Joey Exum, drone picture from above Lenore City. That is amazing. I love drone shots. Let's see. We got some other great ones to share with you. Here's a nice little picture of, I believe, probably the sunset. Let's see what it says on that one. That one's coming in from Lee. Big shout out to Lee this morning. It was the sunset. Thanks, Lee, for sharing that with us this morning. He's also a Witcher weather watcher. Here's a cool one. This one is awesome. Oh, it's sideways. Let's rotate that. There we go. There we go. How about that shot right there? That's a cool one. We'll make it bigger. Whoa. What's going on here? That one's coming in from Michelle. Lightning in the clouds from Choto looking toward Alcoa. Thanks, Michelle, for sharing that one with us. Got another great one to share with you here this morning. I love building towering cumulonimbus clouds, and that's exactly what that one shows. That one is coming in from also Michelle. The buildup just before dark, Choto area looking toward Alcoa. And if you thought that one was good, how about this one from Elaine Ombre behind the lens? Another beautiful shot of the buck moon to get our Friday started. Elaine is awesome. And we had another cool shot of some clouds and the storms. Kind of hard to see a little bit. And that one is coming in also from Lisa Gibson, who's joining us this morning. Lisa, you're awesome. She's always sending in some great photos. Cool stuff. Great photos to share with you here on this good old Friday morning. Do I have any photos to share with you? I don't think I've taken too many pictures here over the last couple of days. Oh, did you see? All right, here, I got to get this up for you. Hold on. Stand by. We're going to go to black for just a second. I could do things in the background, but it's just too difficult. But we're just going to do this. So bear with me here. We're going to go black for a second, and I want to share this with you. See if this works. Oh, it's not going to work, is it? Darn it all. It's not going to work. Never mind. We'll come back to this shot. Well, I posted it on the Mike Witcher TV Facebook page of a snake, a king snake. I almost ran over a king snake yesterday with the wheelbarrow. We were cleaning up the backyard a little bit, had some stuff in the wheelbarrow, and was like, all right, I'm going to take this back to the woods and dump it. And all of a sudden, I stopped dead in my tracks. Big old giant king snake. Now, he wasn't moving very quickly, he or she, due to the fact that they had a fresh, full belly of food. Finally, that got weight. We watched it digest it, if you will, kind of move from the mouth all the way down, which is really just a weird thing to see. And then on she went to her little hiding place to digest her fresh, probably like either, it looked too big to be a lizard in her belly, probably a little mouse or something like that, is what I'm thinking. Morning, Alex. How are you this morning? Happy Friday to you. That was Seth anyways. Here's Alex. I was reading Alex's thing, but populated Seth's. Oh, there we go, Cameron. There we go. Anybody looking forward to fall and football season? Only 50 days to go. Eek! I'm not a big fan of snakes. Not going to do it. The snake in your yard. Yes, gross. King snake. Ugh. Yuck. Not my favorite thing whatsoever. At all. Wow, I talked a lot this morning. But thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for sharing your favorite French fries. Now let's go eat some French fries. Go grab yourself your favorite burger and some French fries today, especially if you're feeling lonely. If you know somebody that's lonely, reach out to them today. Just tell them that they're not alone. They don't need to be lonely. It's important to do that. Friends, family members, neighbors, whomever it may be. Anyways, all right, thanks for the photos. Thanks for uploading those to Witcher's Pictures. Don't forget to scan the new QR code right there in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. If you do not have the East Tennessee Weather app, it'll be a great tool as we head out and about this weekend because we are talking scattered showers and thunderstorms, and the interactive radar gives you past, current, and future radar of 2 hours based on what's going on right now. Is it perfect? No. But does it help you out? Absolutely it does. Lightning data, if lightning's near you, storms approaching, any strong to severe thunderstorms, because tomorrow we could see maybe an isolated strong thunderstorm. Maybe it's one severe thunderstorm if we can tap into the atmosphere and really get things going. So less coverage of rainfall today than yesterday, better coverage of rainfall Saturday, less coverage on Sunday, and then just some spotty afternoon diurnal summertime thunderstorms. Look that one up, diurnal. The meteorology term right there. Hey, by the way, if you're joining on the app, I'll send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. Front and center on the app if you joined in late so you can get your forecast. You can check out 1 Minute with Witcher, your full forecast, and I post everything to all social media platforms. And one more side note, if you're joining me on the East Tennessee Weather Facebook page, that's going to be going away. Go over to the Mike Witcher TV Facebook page. Too much redundancy going on with what I'm doing. And then we'll have to change the name from Mike Witcher TV to something else. But we'll do that down the road. I'll keep you posted. You won't lose me. You'll stick with me. All right, my friends, have a great day. Be safe, be kind to each other. Remember, Wake Up with Witcher starts off at 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday and Sunday. The weekend forecast. We get to sleep in a little bit. Have a great day. Be kind to each other.